Students, today we will start the chapter light reflection and refraction. So first of all, we just have to understood what is the reflection of light. So you can see if the light rays falling on a surface and they are sent back, they are called as reflection. And that is known as reflection of light. Okay. There are three things. One is incident ray. An incident ray is the ray of light that strikes a reflecting surface. Okay, as shown in figure, there is a ray comes and that strike on a reflecting surface. So this is known as incident ray. Next is a reflected ray, the ray that represents the light reflected by a reflecting surface is known as reflected ray. Means आपकी incident ray आती है और वो reflect होके चली जाती है. Next is, we will write a ray which is normal to incident, normal to the surface, or which is at the 90-degree angle to the surface. That is known as normal ray. Angle of incident is the angle formed between incident ray and normal ray. There is an angle between incident ray and normal ray which is known as angle of incidence. Angle of reflection again is known as the angle between reflected ray and normal ray. Okay, at which both these rays meet. What are the laws of reflection? Very first law of reflection is angle of incident has to be angle equal to angle of reflection. Two angles are there that is shown in green and blue. That is angle of incident and angle of reflection जिसको I और R से represent करते हैं. These two angles always has to be equal. The incident ray as shown in this figure, the incident ray, the normal ray and the reflected ray always has to be in what? In same plane. These all rays has to be in same plane. What are the characteristics formed characteristics of image formed by plane mirror? So first of all, we have to discuss the plane mirror. A plane mirror is simply a mirror which we use at home. The image formed by a plane mirror is always a virtual or erect image. A virtual means which is not real, which is like if we say that this is object, the image formed is virtual. And the erect is which is upward, which the image which is forming upwardly is known as erect image. Means which is rising upwardly is known as erect. Okay. Now, next is the size of the image is equal to the object. Means if you are taking if you're seeing yourself in a mirror, then you will find out that the image size is equal to the size of your, or is equal to the height of yours. Okay. Next is the image formed. The distance between the mirror and the object and the distance between the mirror and the image are same. The image formed as far as behind as the object in front of it. Okay. The image is laterally inverted. Means what? You can see here, if this is object and this is mirror, the image forms is inverted. And if you will able to see yourself in the mirror, then you will find out your right hand is your left hand in the image and your left hand is your right hand in the image. That is also known as laterally inversion. What is the difference between real image and virtual images? In case of real images, the rays actually meet at image point. Actually rays meet करती हैं. ठीक है? In case of virtual images, the rays appear to diverge. The rays not actually meet, but they appears to diverge from the image point. It can take on screen, it cannot be taken on screen, virtual images. It is always inverted. Real image is always inverted. Okay, and virtual image is always erect, means rising upwardly. Okay, next is lateral inversion, as I have discussed earlier. The thing is, when we talk of your left hand in the mirror is looking like your right hand and your right hand is looking like your left hand. That is known as lateral inversion. So next we have to discuss about spherical mirrors. For that, you first have to understand the spherical mirrors by a simple activity. And that activity is, what you have to do is, you have to take a shining spoon and you have to see your face in the curved surface. Okay, do you get the image? Is it smaller or larger? You get the image, basically. And the image of the face formed on outer surface is smaller in size. जो image बन रही है, that is small in size. Okay. Now move the spoon slowly away from the space. What you have to do is, you have to move the spoon slowly away from the space. Then you find out the size of image is decreasing as you increasing the distance between you and the spoon. Next is, now reverse the spoon and repeat the activity. Okay, then you will find out when the spoon was close to the image formed on the inert curved surface was erect and magnified. When you think that the spoon is with you, the distance between you and spoon is less, then the image formed was erect and magnified. And when we slowly move the spoon away from your face, then the image is inverted and gradually decreases in size. So this is a basic difference. These particular activities are for getting you understand about spherical mirror. Outer surface or inner surface differences क्या हैं of the images. Image outer surface always erect. Inner surface, the image is erect when spoon is close, and the image is inverted when the spoon is away from the observer. Image size is gradually decreases as we move away from the spoon. Image size is larger when the spoon is close, and image size is smaller when the spoon is away from the observer. On the basis of these two things and these two activities, we have to discuss about spherical mirrors. So what do we understand by spherical mirrors? A mirror in which reflecting surface are spherical is known as spherical mirrors, as we have seen in a spoon. So first is concave mirror. A spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved inward. Means, when we talk of a concave mirror, then the reflecting surface has to be inward. Okay. That is known as a concave mirror. Convex mirror have reflecting surface curved outward, as shown in this particular picture. Next is, we have to discuss some terms which we devise for better understanding of where and how the image is formed by concave mirror and convex mirror. So first of all, what is pole of the mirror? The pole of the mirror is the center of a reflecting surface of the spherical mirror is known as pole. You can see in this picture, when we talk of a sphere, and if we cut this sphere like that, then we have two things. One is if the reflecting surface is inward and if the reflecting surface is outward. So the center of that particular reflecting surface has a particular point that is known as pole, as shown in this figure, here also. This is known as pole, which is present on the reflecting surface or on the mirror itself. Okay. Next is center of curvature. The center of curvature is the center of the sphere, which is made from the reflecting surface. Means, if we talk of this as a reflecting surface, and when we complete this sphere, the center of this sphere is known as center of curvature. Okay? Now we move on to radius of curvature. The radius of curvature is the radius of that particular sphere that is made from that reflecting surface. Means the radius of sphere of which the reflecting surface of spherical mirror forms a part. Okay, which is known as radius of curvature of the mirror, as shown in this figure. Now we move on to principal axis. There is a straight line which will be passing from your center of curvature and pole of the spherical mirror. That is known as principal axis. So the line which passes from center of curvature and pole is known as principal axis. Now, focus of concave mirror. All the lines, if they are parallel to principal axis, we devise a principal axis which is a line which is passing from center and pole. Now we have to discuss about principal focus or focus. All the lines passing parallel to principal axis will converge or will meet on a single point or will pass on a single point, and that single point is known as principal focus. As you can see, the line comes from here and goes to the principal focus. Every line which is parallel to principal axis. Now, focus of convex mirror. Convex mirror focus is somewhat different from concave mirror. Because when you talk of convex mirror, the reflecting surface is outward. So you can see if a ray comes parallel, it reflects. And if it reflects, then it appears to be, which is not real actually, it appears to be emerged from a point. And that particular point that it appears to meet is known as focus of convex mirror, as you can see here. We have to extend the reflected rays to get the principal focus. Next is focal length. The distance between principal focus and pole is known as the focal length. And now, one of the most important thing in this particular topic is the radius of curvature of a spherical mirror is twice the focal length. Means if you talk of radius of curvature r, which is a part of reflecting surface, this is equal to 2f. That radius is equal to 2 into focal length, double of that focal length. Okay. Next is a very simple activity that you have done earlier also. If we have a concave mirror with us, and what we have to do is, we have to put the concave mirror reflecting surface in sunlight and direct the light reflected by the mirror on a sheet of paper and held close the mirror and move the paper back and forth so that all the sunlight will converge on a single point, or which is give a bright sharp spot of light. Okay? Now what do you find? If you hold that mirror in that particular position and the paper in that position, what do you find? You found that the paper is burnt. The reason is because that concave mirror converts all the rays on a single point. Okay, so paper start burning. So how the different images will be formed by different mirrors? It may be concave or convex mirror. That we will discuss. Next. Okay, why we should not look at the sun directly? The reason is because the intense heat resulting from the concentrated sunlight through eyes may burn your retina. Okay, a retina wall with dark spots. This result in partial or complete vision impairment. Next is image formation by concave mirror and nature of image when the object is placed. Nature of image क्या होता है और image formation by concave mirror that we have to discuss. So there are few things that we particularly have to discuss first. Is if the object is at infinity, and if the object is at infinity, that we don't know where the object is. So we don't know where the object here. The rays are coming from infinity. And try to remember this point. If any ray that comes from infinity, that ray will go to pole and reflect at the same angle according to laws of reflection. Means you can see here that ray, when angle of incident and reflection has to be equal. Now, if a ray will go from center of curvature C, If any ray that go from center of curvature, then it has to bounce back. Means it has to come back on its same trajectory or same path. Not a single degree change has to come. Okay, so it has to come back as such. Now we can find out here that when a ray goes from center of curvature, and when these two rays meet, a ray passes from pole and a ray passes from center of curvature, there is formation of an image that is shown, and that is formed at F. Okay, now you have found out all the images that will be formed toward the reflecting surface. Means जहाँ पे ऑब्जेक्ट है वहाँ पे इमेज बने. That is known as what? Real image always. And all the real images are inverted. All the real images are inverted. And if a ray are coming from an object which is at infinity, that is that form a image that is highly diminished. Point says image will form an image will form at what? At focus, principal focus. Okay? So this is the way of formation of image. Now we can see again at infinity when the rays come, a ray come at pole and that will reflect at the same angle of incident and angle of reflection. And when the ray passes from the center of curvature, it bounces back on the same trajectory. And when these two rays meet, there is formation of an image which is formed at principal focus. Next is when the object is at beyond C. When the object is at beyond C, then the image formed is between C and F. And how the image is formed? I have said earlier, when the ray passing or when the ray which is parallel to principal axis, there is always passes from the principal focus. Or any ray, if that passes from principal focus, that always parallel to principal axis. Vice versa is also true. Okay? So AB is an object. The ray is parallel to principal axis, as you can see this ray. That will pass from principal focus here. And again, if a ray passes from C, center of curvature, it bounces back. And when these two rays meet, we will get an image. This image is again real, inverted, diminished. An image will form between C and F. Next point is when the object is at C. When the object is at C, when we say that object is at C, the ray passes or the ray parallel to principal axis will passes from principal focus, as you can see here. And the ray which passes from principal focus, that I said earlier, a ray parallel to principal axis will pass from principal focus, and a ray which is passes from principal focus will be parallel to what? Principal axis. You can see here. So the image formed is what? Image forms is real, inverted, and same size of C. If the object is at C, then the image is formed at C again. If the object is at between C and F, ऑब्जेक्ट सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर और प्रिंसिपल फोकस के बीच में है तो क्या होगा? Again, a ray which is parallel to principal axis will pass from principal focus, and a ray which is passes from principal focus will be parallel to principal axis. You can see here also. Okay, now when these two rays meet, again there is formation of an image, and that image is real, inverted, and enlarged in size, and that particular image is formed at beyond C. Okay, now if the subject is at F, अगर subject F पे है तो क्या होगा? A ray passes from parallel to principal axis will pass from principal focus as shown here. Okay, and a ray which is passing from center of curvature, you can see here, are all bounced back on the same trajectory, and then you will find out if the object is at F, the image formed is at infinity, and that is image real, inverted, और बहुत बड़ी image बनेगी, highly enlarged image. Okay, so this is a way how the images are formed in case of concave mirror. Now, what are the uses of concave mirror? Concave mirror is used in torches, searchlight, vehicle headlights to get powerful parallel beam of light. Okay, powerful parallel means, do you know that if a concave mirror we use, then a parallel light is like reflected on that particular thing. Saving mirrors में भी यूज हो जाता है भाई larger image of face के लिए. Dentists use a concave mirror to see the large image of teeth of the patient. Large concave mirror are used to concentrate the sunlight to produce heat in solar furnace. Okay, now we move on to convex mirror. Convex mirror, as the name suggests. Okay, now do what thing? You have to take a convex mirror, hold it in one hand, hold a pencil in upright position. In the other hand, hold the pencil in the upright position in the other hand, and observe the image of pencil in the mirror. Is the image erect or inverted, or is it diminished or large? The image is erect. Erect means what? Upward. Erect. I have already told you that erect is rising upwardly, and the image is diminished. Small size image is formed. Okay. Now, move the pencil away from the mirror slowly, and does the image become smaller or larger? The image becomes smaller. State whether the image will move closer or to further away from the focus as the object is moved away from the mirror. The image will move closer to the focus. Okay. That we will discuss, and that we will able to know when we will discuss image formed by convex mirror. So, how the images are formed by convex mirror? Now we can see the difference. If a ray coming from infinity, then you will find out that the ray which is coming from infinity will passes from what? Which is passes from center of curvature will bounce back. And the reflecting surface is this. But this will reflect at 180 degree position or on the same trajectory. Then you will find out that there is formation of virtual and erect image will form. Because reflecting surface के opposite बन रही है, and a highly diminished point size image, very small size image is formed, and which is at the what? Which is at the focus behind the mirror. So focus पे बनेगी behind the mirror. Next is between infinity and pole. If the ray is passing, and if it is like between infinity and the pole of the mirror, then we will find out that parallel ray will reflect to an angle, and that reflect to the angle where the formation of what? That will pass, and that will emerge to pass from focus. So again, virtual erect diminished size form between F and P behind the mirror. Okay. Next is observe the image of a distant object. Say a distant tree in plane mirror. Could you see a full length tree? No, we cannot see a full length tree. Distance object in a plane mirror. Okay, try with plane mirror of different sizes. Did you see the entire object in the mirror? No, we cannot see the full length image of distance object. हमें plane mirror में distant object, जो दूर object है, उनकी कभी भी total पूरी image नहीं दिखाई देगी. Means the full length means the full size. Okay. Now repeat this activity with concave mirror. Did the mirror? No, we cannot see a full length image in concave mirror also. Okay. Now, try using with convex mirror. Did you succeed? Explain your. Yes, now we could see full length image of distance object with wider field view. Okay, we can see the image. You can see here. The image formed has to be virtual and erect. Again. Now, uses of convex mirror. Convex mirror is used in a rear view in vehicle. जितने भी vehicle होते हैं भी objects in the mirror are closer than they appear is used as convex mirror. Okay, you can see here rear view in vehicle. Convex mirror are commonly used as rear view mirror in vehicle because they can give a erect, virtual and full size diminished image of distant object with a wider field view. Okay, convex mirror enable the driver to view as much area as he wants. Now, sign convention for reflection by spherical mirror or new Cartesian sign convention. The object is placed to the left of the mirror. if the object is placed to the left of the mirror. All distances parallel to the principal axis are measured from pole of the mirror. All the distances which are parallel to principal axis are measured from pole, means this way. Okay. All the distances measured in the direction of incident ray are taken as positive. Now try to understand, this is a sign convention. All distances measured in the direction incident ray की direction में जितनी भी distance है, that are taken as positive, and those measured against the direction of incident ray are taken as negative. Got my point? All the distance toward x-axis, if this is toward x-axis, this is positive, and if this is away or against the x-axis, this is known as negative. And height upward is positive and height downward is negative. Okay. Distance measured perpendicular and to the above principal axis are taken as positive. Upward height is taken as positive and downward height is taken as negative. Okay. Now object distance, we will discuss about these things in our next lecture.